Alright, so since everything is right on the money, I can go ahead and start assembling my engine. First I'm going to put the head gasket on. Have to be careful, especially doing it with one hand. It's kind of tricky not to damage it. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Next I'm going to install the cylinder head. Next I'm going to put some oil on the washers, and they're going to go on the studs. Well, next I'm going to put some oil on the nuts and put them on. Next I'm going to use a torque wrench. I'm going to torque the nuts to half of torque capacity, so I'm going to torque them to 30 foot-pounds. I'm going to start from the center and I'm going to move my way up. Next I'm going to move up to 60 foot-pounds. Alright, next I'm going to install a timing chain guide. I have to remove the gear. Next I have to install the timing chain. It's a little tricky, so I'm going to run a wire all the way down. Trying to that. And then just pull the wire nice and slow. There it is. I guess I installed the timing chain guide too soon. I'm gonna take it apart. Like so. That'll give us extra room. Alright, so next I gotta install the gear. Put the chain on the gear, like so. And she's on. Next I can put the guide bolt back on. And she's in. Next I can put the timing wheel back on. It can only go one way. Like so. I'm not going to tighten it just yet. Alright, so next I'm going to install the cams, but before that I have to put the shims in their spots and cam caps. So let me go ahead and do that. Last one goes in, like so. Now I'm going to install the camshaft. So first, I have to put the crankshaft at the top dead center, so this mark has to point at the split of the cases. I already did so. I'm going to put some moly lube on the journals. There we go. Grab the heater. Alright, so the camshafts have markings. It marked intake and the exhaust. This is the exhaust camshaft. I'm going to install it first. So the exhaust mark is going to have to face this way at 90 degrees. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to remove my wire. Take the exhaust camshaft. Now I have to point exhaust perfect. As you can see, exhaust is at 90 degrees with the surface, and that's perfect. Next, I'm going to install the intake camshaft. Same way, except the intake is going to be flat with this side. Here we go. You can see intake is flat, exhaust is flat, and the crankshaft is top dead center. Next, I'm going to install a tensioner to keep the chain from jumping off the sprockets. Chain has to be tight. Pretty good. Just a little bit of play. Next, I'm going to put moly lube. Next, I'm going to start installing the cam caps. Here's all the cam caps. Now I just have to slowly tighten them up. One by one. The springs are going to be fighting, so you have to be very careful. Alright, the last cam cap has been tightened. I can try to spin the engine, make sure that there aren't any problems. Alright, it spins pretty good. I don't see any problems with it. And the valve cover can go back in its place. So you're probably thinking, well, it's pretty much done. Just tighten up the valve cover bolts, put the spark plugs in, and the ignition coils, but not yet. Still need to check the clearances between the cams and the valves. So I'm going to do this in the next video.